seat goes back like this and so forth from the seated position.
Okay.
You know, and I forget what that one. I was trying to capture a picture of it. I've seen it on back stretching. It's one of the back stretchers that I noticed on Amazon.
Alright, so what we do in here, we like to analyze some spiritual texts of Eastern philosophy. I think you said you've read the Tao Te Ching before?
Alright.
Yes, so we're gonna...
Yeah, I've looked into it.
Yeah.
You know, not fully understanding.
Okay.
You know.
So what we do is I read what it says,
Right.
and then if you have any questions, you can ask it. If you have any reflections, you can share that as well.
Okay.
Alright, so we're on number 39. I'm going to read it here. Those that attained oneness since ancient times. The sky attained oneness and thus clarity. The earth attained oneness and thus tranquility. The gods attained oneness and thus divinity. The valley attained oneness and thus abundance. The myriad things attained oneness and thus life. The rulers attained oneness and became the standard for the world. These all emerged from oneness. The sky, lacking clarity, would break apart. The earth, lacking tranquility, would erupt. The gods, lacking divinity, would vanish. The valley, lacking abundance, would wither. Myriad things lacking life would be extinct. The rulers, lacking standard, would be toppled. Therefore the honored uses the lowly as basis. The higher uses the lower as foundation. Thus the rulers call themselves alone, bereft, and unworthy. It is not using the lowly as basis. Is it not so? Therefore the ultimate honor is no honor. Do not wish to be shiny like jade, be dull like rocks. Oneness is a synonym for the Tao because the Tao is the unifying principle at the core of everything. This oneness manifests itself not only in the external world but also in our inner selves. In fact, aspects of the external world reflect our internal world in highly specific ways. This is the key that will allow you to decode the following lines. When we connect with the Tao, the oneness we obtain gives us clarity in the mind, like the clear skies, tranquility in the heart, like the peaceful landscape, divine essence and spirituality, like the powerful gods, the abundant energy to live with zest, like the fertile valley overflowing with life. Conversely, when we lack that connection, we experience the opposite. We struggle with confusion in the mind, we feel unsettled and ill at ease. The spiritual strength we enjoyed before has become an empty void. We are tired, listless, and unable to stir ourselves into action. How can we lead with the Tao if called upon to do so? The clues are everywhere. Nature shows us that the high must be built upon the low. The lower half of the mountain supports the upper half, and most of the mountain supports its majestic peak. It is the same in life. The highest honor must be built upon the lowest and the most sincere form of humility. This is why the sages never wish to shine brightly like gems. Instead, they prefer to be more like rocks, with only steadfast, solid consistency and no dazzling brilliance. This is also why the rulers of the ancient China tended to use the lowliest terms to refer to themselves. Over time, the practice lost its meaning, but its original intent was very much congruent with the Tao. Any reflection?
The road that I'm on is similar to this here, mindful, living in the moment, being mindful of this experience and the experiences to come, and being, I guess, allowing my cup to be empty and to accept the learning to fill it. That I'm finding enjoyment in it. You know, tranquility, mindfulness, and separating myself from negative ideas. I assess that that would be similar to what you have read. You know, I'm trying to find peace in adversity. And so far.
Any reflection, Brent?
on a text, it seems to me everything is like, you got me to think about like the yin and yang, how opposites need one another. The mountain, the top of top of the mountain needs the foundation of the bottom of the mountain. You can't have peaks without valleys. And it just got me to thinking really about like nature in itself, like we define each other in things that are opposite to us. Like, for like lack of better words, you have women with super feminine nature, and it just, with being a man, it's like, all right, when you're around women, you see how much of yourself or how different you are. When you're in a room full of women, it's like, oh, you just bring masculine energy, and it's like, it becomes more potent. Another example is like you being a teacher is like, all right, with somebody who doesn't know martial arts, it shows how much you have to teach when you have somebody who doesn't know anything about it, and how much they have to learn because they're around somebody who has so much to teach.
I work in my task. I work with a lot of women, and one thing I hear you say masculinity.
Yeah.
I'll keep my virtue about myself, but I won't express it too much to them because I might be on the wrong end of the stick. But I allow them to act as they do. But when they come creeping upon me and think I'm something that or someone who will easily bow and run into a brick wall,
Right.
I will come out at them, but I can't do it exactly because I'm a steward as well. So I have to remain poised, and allow them to express themselves. And instead of coming out at them, I have to kind of give them an idea of not how silly their will to come out is, but show them a different side of it.
Right.
But really, they give me a sledgehammer, I'll show them what's happening. Yeah, I had to do something this year besides what I've been doing. And before this, I was student getting my paralegal degree. I don't know why. I guess I told my wife I got bored at home, so I didn't get me a degree. A lot of good is going to do me at 58. So I'm going to be in my discipline for another 10 years, then I'll retire. But I had to find something to fill my cup. And I mentioned in your company that seeing your father is what kind of gave me a little bit more fulfillment about your facility here, your class, and knowledge that you are from Hong Kong, from the land. I wanted to get instruction I went to Chinatown one time, but it was a distance from me, and I'm not too good with distances. I went to Evergreen Park from 7500 south, 2800 east, all the way over to Evergreen Park to go to school. And I found this here. I've been passing by, and saw your logo, but when I looked further into your class, I resolved that I can not necessarily kill two birds with one stone, but being a member of LA Fitness, that took over Bally's, 177 Bally's, and I go to 3 different clubs, I would come here as well. And I think this will fill my cup, as long as I don't have to keep going. But I resolve, Sifu Kwan at Sheridan, Shaolin, which I bowed out of initially in the early days of my living in the area. he said his instructor had him do 1,000 kicks back and forth. So I resolved, I kind of recognized when you say 20, like it was 20 instead of 1,000. I would have been laying down. But so far as the readings, I will get further into my book to fully understand, you know, and if I have any questions, ask you, you know, reference to the meaning of them, but somewhat along the line, I've been into Buddhism for a while. I tried a facility over here on Sheridan Road, but I just couldn't get into it, you know, but I've been into the readings, and I have one that I think that you would like, and it's the Yama chants. If you would like, I have a copy of it. And, you know, make a copy of it for yourself, and you might like it. It's one that I find that gives me a lot of peace. You know, it's like because the sounds or the chants are similar, and it's about 5 to 6 different recordings. You know, so far as going from finishing one after so many minutes and then going into another. But it's so spiritual. I find peace, and hopefully that will transverse into me finding peace in this school here, where I will be able to, I'm going to speak too soon, but I'll be able to become versed in this, so that I can find peace in myself. And so far, I've been married 26 years. So
Wow.
I found a bit of peace.
Wow.
You know, like Kenny Rogers said, got no one to roll, got no one to fold, got no one to hold them, got no one to fold them. It was a little hard for me, but I don't want nobody want a 60-year-old man, and I don't want nobody else. So I'll just resolve to stay where I'm at. It may be a little bit of what you spoke about in the reading, you know, so far as mountains and valleys. Differences of opinion in people.
Alright, I'm gonna bow right here like this. It's just something like this. Alright. Welcome to your first day.